In a world teeming with conflict and transformation, where civilizations intersect and empires clash, a woman rose to power, one who would forever alter the course of history. She was not merely a queen, but a living legend, an extraordinary blend of brilliance, beauty, and unrelenting ambition. She was Cleopatra VII, the last pharaoh of Egypt, the woman who captivated the hearts of Rome's greatest men and dared to defy their mighty empire. Her story is not just a historical account. It is a human epic of love and power, betrayal and loyalty, glory and downfall. A journey across Egypt's golden sands and the grand palaces of Rome, where every decision bore the fate of nations. Join us as we uncover the secrets of Queen Cleopatra, the woman who ruled with her mind and heart, leaving an indelible mark on the pages of history. Cleopatra was born in 69 BC in Alexandria, the capital of Ptolemaic Egypt, a dynasty of Macedonian Greek origin founded by Ptolemy I, a general of Alexander the Great. Her childhood was anything but peaceful. She was raised in a royal household torn apart by internal power struggles. From a young age, Cleopatra showed an intense passion for knowledge. She didn't limit herself to Greek, the court's official language. She mastered several languages, including ancient Egyptian, a rare feat among the Ptolemies, bringing her closer to her people. In 51 BC, her father, Ptolemy IV, passed away, leaving the throne to Cleopatra and her younger brother, Ptolemy XIII. By tradition, Cleopatra was forced into a ceremonial marriage with her brother to co-rule, but their reign quickly spiraled into a fierce battle for control. Ptolemy XIII, still just a boy, was heavily influenced by his ambitious advisors, who saw Cleopatra as a threat to their power. Harmony didn't last. Under the manipulation of his chief advisor, Pothinus, a plot was formed to oust Cleopatra. The young queen found herself isolated, forced to flee Alexandria and seek refuge in Syria. But exile didn't break her spirit, it strengthened her resolve. She began raising an army of mercenaries to reclaim her stolen throne. In 48 BC, as Cleopatra was readying for war, fate intervened. Julius Caesar, Rome's most powerful man, arrived in Alexandria, chasing his rival Pompey. Pompey had sought refuge in Egypt, but was murdered on the orders of Ptolemy XIII and his advisors, a desperate move to curry favor with Caesar. Cleopatra realized Caesar was her key to regaining the throne. But how could she reach him in her brother's fortified palace? Displaying legendary cunning, she enlisted her loyal servant Apollodorus to smuggle her in, wrapped inside a carpet or a linen sack, according to some accounts. When the carpet was unrolled before Caesar, he didn't find gold, but a bold, brilliant young queen, who immediately captured his attention, not as a mere petitioner, but as a formidable equal. Cleopatra and Caesar's meeting sparked a powerful political alliance and a deep personal relationship. Caesar backed her claim to the throne, sparking the Alexandrian War. They were besieged in the palace for months, but eventually triumphed with reinforcements. Ptolemy XIII drowned while fleeing. Caesar reinstated Cleopatra, now ruling with her younger brother Ptolemy XIV in name only. Her sister Arsinoe, who had sided with the rebels, was exiled. Cleopatra and Caesar's union produced a son, Ptolemy Caesar, popularly known as Caesarion, Little Caesar. A symbol of the bond between Egypt and Rome, he was considered by many the rightful heir to Caesar. Later, Cleopatra journeyed to Rome at Caesar's invitation, staying in his luxurious villa. Her presence fascinated some and infuriated others, especially the conservative Roman Senate. But her time in Rome was short-lived. On the Ides of March 44 BC, Julius Caesar was assassinated by senators. This political earthquake rocked Rome and Cleopatra. She had lost her most powerful ally, and her son had lost his father's protection. Cleopatra swiftly returned to Egypt. Determined to secure the future for her son, she allegedly arranged the death of her co-ruler Ptolemy XIV, installing Caesarion as her sole heir. She ruled Egypt with wisdom and might, building a strong economy, bolstering her army, and stabilizing her kingdom in an increasingly unstable world. After Caesar's death, Rome fell into a power struggle between his successors, Mark Antony, Caesar's trusted general, and Octavian, Caesar's ambitious heir. In 41 BC, Antony summoned Cleopatra to Tarsus to question her loyalty during the recent civil war. He expected a submissive queen, but Cleopatra staged an unforgettable arrival. On a golden ship with purple sails and silver oars, she appeared as the goddess Isis, enchanting Antony with her wealth, charisma, and intellect. Their political alliance blossomed into a passionate romance. Antony spent the winter of 41 to 40 BC in Alexandria, indulging in luxury and revelry. Cleopatra was more than a lover. She was a strategic partner and wise advisor. She bore him 3 children, Alexander Helios, the sun, Cleopatra Selene II, the moon, and Ptolemy Philadelphus. Their growing power threatened Octavian, who feared losing control over Rome. In 34 BC, at the donations of Alexandria, Antony declared Cleopatra Queen of Kings and Caesarion King of Kings, distributing Roman territories to their children. To Rome, this was treason. Octavian seized on the event, portraying Antony as a traitor bewitched by a foreign queen who aimed to rule the Roman Empire from Egypt. Octavian, ever the strategist, convinced the Senate that the real enemy was Cleopatra. He declared war, not on Antony, but on her, framing it as a fight against foreign tyranny, not another Roman civil war. The final chapter of the Roman Republic had begun. The decisive clash came at Actium in 31 BC, a colossal naval battle. Despite their bravery, Antony and Cleopatra's fleets were outmatched. In a moment of desperation, Cleopatra's ships withdrew, followed by Antony's, leaving their forces to collapse. Whether out of panic, strategy, or miscommunication, their retreat sealed their doom. Back in Alexandria, despair took hold. Antony, humiliated, withdrew from public life. Cleopatra, ever the queen, tried to negotiate with Octavian, offering her throne, her treasures, anything to save her children. But Octavian refused. He wanted her defeated and humiliated, a trophy of Rome's triumph. Hearing falsely that Cleopatra had died, Antony chose to follow her in death. He fell on his sword. Still alive, he was brought to her mausoleum, where he died in her embrace, a final act of tragic love. Octavian entered Alexandria in triumph. Cleopatra met him, regal and composed, but his heart was unmoved. Realizing she would be paraded as a prisoner in Rome, she chose death over humiliation. On August 10, 30 BC, after saying farewell to her children, Cleopatra ended her life, most famously by the bite of a venomous asp, the sacred symbol of Egyptian royalty. With her death, the Ptolemaic dynasty ended. Egypt became a Roman province. Caesarion, her son, was executed by Octavian, who famously said, "2 Caesars are one too many." And so ends the tale of one of the most powerful and enigmatic women in history, Cleopatra VII, Queen of the Nile, the woman who defied Rome and captivated its greatest leaders. She was not just a ruler, but a symbol of intelligence, ambition, beauty, and feminine power in a world ruled by men. Her story, blending love and politics, glory and tragedy, continues to inspire artists, writers, and historians to this day. Her legacy is eternal, a reminder that one woman can indeed change the course of history and leave her mark upon the sands of time. In memory of Queen Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt.